Well, everyone, the Pixel 7a, Pixel 7, and Pixel 7 Pro are three of Google's offerings right now. So I wanted to kind of hit on basically which one you should go and buy. They're all at varying different battery healths, battery lives, battery, everything, performance levels, prices. There's so many different things going on with these devices. But I want to kind of hit on, at least as quickly as possible, which one each individual person should buy, whichever sector you're in. The very first thing I would recommend telling you, with something like the Pixel 7, I think the 7a is a very, very good phone. I think Google did a great job with this phone. However, I think for the price tag that this phone is, there really isn't a big point of even buying a phone like this anymore. And the reason for that is because Google pushes out these phones way after the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro. Because of that, it makes little sense to buy this specific device, especially when you consider the price tag and the used market of a device like a Pixel 7 Pro. So I'm going to do this in real time. If I go ahead and just make my way over to ebay.com, so I just go to eBay, and if I go ahead and just type in the Pixel 7 Pro, basically just as a price tag, so I go and just type in Pixel 7 Pro, I want you to take a close look at some of these price tags. So some of these are not for the Pixel 7 Pro. So if you take a look right here, here's 560 for a Pixel 7 Pro. If we keep scrolling, here's 415 for a 7 and something else. Here's another Pixel 7 Pro for 520. What I'm trying to get at is that you can actually probably buy a Google Pixel 7 Pro, this one, the main flagship right now, for about the same price as a Pixel 7a is in the brand new market. There's just not a big point of even buying a phone like this when you can buy a phone like this, the Pixel 7 Pro, for that price tag. So just one of those things to keep in mind. Again, I'm not trying to bash the Pixel 7a too much. I've already done that. But I do think, the Pixel 7a is a good phone. You're just getting a watered down device compared to the 7 Pro. This thing has a smaller display. It is cheaper overall. It has a plastic back. The rest of the phone, though, is pretty decent. It has like a pretty decent heft to it. You're getting a 90 hertz panel as well. And you're getting the same chipset inside of all these devices, which is a pretty interesting strategy from Google. When you actually take a look at these devices, all of them side by side, you can also get the idea that, there definitely is a trend. You start off at a cheaper phone here, and they get bigger and bigger. The Pixel 7, I think, is a really, really good phone, and I think Google did a decent job with this device too. So if we take a look at the Pixel 7, like I said, I think this device is really nice. You're getting a very big display on it. Not very big, but you're getting a decent display on it. It has a higher refresh rate too, which is really nice. The hole punch display at the very top is a really nice touch as well. I'm glad they're keeping it. I'm glad they're not going away from putting a notch in here like they used to do. You're getting USB-C at the bottom, very good build quality, and on the back you're still getting this glass back. The difference between the Pixel 7a and the Pixel 7 is that you're getting a glass back on this phone, where the 7a actually has a plastic back. So that can be kind of a disadvantage or kind of a weird thing for some of these people. So that might be just a minor thing to keep in mind. Again, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but if you're trying to get a phone for the best price tag, you are getting a way better performing phone or way better feeling phone from something like the Pixel 7 than from something like the Pixel 7a. So that's kind of one big thing to keep in mind as well. Then finally, at the very end, we have the Pixel 7 Pro. This is the behemoth of a phone. This thing is the main flagship. This is the device that Google spends all their money on, I guess, for development purposes and everything, to make this as good of a phone as they can make it. Now, I would say with something like the Google Pixel 7 Pro, the good thing about this device is that, it's the best of the best that Google can make right now. For the hardware that they have, this is a very good phone. You're getting the same chipset on all these devices though, so keep that in mind in the back of your head. You're getting the same exact chipset. However, this one I think is a more powerful phone overall. Overall, you're getting more RAM on this device. You're getting that beautiful display, 120 hertz curved glass. So this is a curved glass on this phone versus the flat panels on the other devices. I love these curved glasses, and I'm sure, if Google keeps going up like the way they're going, these panels are probably some of the better panels they've made. USB-C at the bottom, the titanium side. On the back, you're getting the same type of glass back. No frosted glass back yet, but I do think that's probably coming in the next couple of years. You also have this triple camera setup, which we'll talk about in a second. Wireless charging, reverse wireless charging. The Pixel 7 Pro has it all. The Pixel 7 and Pixel 7a are at very, the Pixel 7 makes more sense to buy than even the Pixel 7a. Like, I don't even understand why anybody would buy the Pixel 7a at that point. But if you look at all of them side by side, you kind of get the idea that there is a trend here. They all look very, very similar. You can see that Google did a really good job at making sure all these devices look pretty much the same exact thing all throughout, which I think is a really nice thing. When you're getting one phone over the other one, you actually do have a really good, you have a really good design language between all of them. And I think Google has a really good thing going on between all these panels. When it comes down to these specific cameras though, one big thing to keep in mind is that if you're getting a Pixel 7a or a Pixel 7 or Pixel 7 Pro, theoretically speaking, Google puts the same type of camera features, like they put the same camera features and the same type of camera layout on all these phones. The technology behind this specific camera on the Pixel 7 Pro, theoretically speaking, I think is going to be about the same thing as they're putting on the Pixel 7a, but the camera quality and the camera hardware overall, it's going to be better on the Pixel 7 Pro than on the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7a. Starting off with the Pixel 7a, I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. The camera quality on this device I think is pretty good. I like having this type of, higher megapixel count on this device they threw on it, which is kind of interesting. You're getting 8x zoom, you're getting 0.5x zoom, and you're still maintaining a lot of features down here. I mean, look, you're getting night sight, portrait mode, camera, video, some other modes as well. Like, this is a very capable phone, and that in and of itself is something that I really do like about my Pixel 7a. It's not a perfect phone, but I think Google did a good job with this specific device. The Pixel 7 I think has a really good camera too. I don't even know what that was. This camera is really decent as well. Again, it's not the most perfect camera of all time, but if you're trying to get a phone that has a decent camera with 8x zoom, it's not a bad idea. And I like how Google actually tells us there's an update available for the camera. It's kind of cool. You have portrait mode, you have motion mode, you have night sight, video mode, cinematic mode as well on this phone. I don't even think we have cinematic mode on our Pixel 7a, and we actually don't. So that's another big thing to keep in mind. You actually are not getting cinematic mode on our Pixel 7a, but we are getting that on our Pixel 7. And you have some other modes at the very end. This type of camera I think is very good, and I'm again a big fan of the way this camera holds up overall. Finally, with the Pixel 7 Pro, again, this is the best of the best. This is probably one of the better cameras you can buy on a Pixel. It's probably not the best camera even in the market right now, but it's a very solid option, and that's something I really do like about this specific device. So within here, you're able to go ahead and just basically have the specific camera. It has everything you probably want on a Pixel camera. You have how much zoom in? You have 4.7x zoom, which doesn't even sound right. You have standard 0.5x zoom. I don't know why this thing topped out. There we go. 29x zoom you have on this thing. Basically 30x zoom that you're getting, which is beautiful. Having that capability of zooming in that much is amazing. And again, that in and of itself is a really cool thing that we have going on with this specific device. You have portrait mode here, which is cool. You have motion mode, you have night sight. You have a lot of stuff going on with this phone, including cinematic mode. So this is a really solid camera too. And like I said before, I'm a big fan of these types of cameras, and I'm so glad Google, keeps giving us these types of lenses. It's not the best camera in the world, but this is the best camera out of these three when it comes down to it. So to kind of sum up this whole entire video, what I'll tell you is I definitely do think that when it comes down to all these devices, the Pixel 7 Pro in the used market at that $500 something price tag makes the most amount of sense for me to recommend to people. I don't even see why somebody should buy a brand new Pixel 7a. I think you are far, far better off buying something like a used Pixel 7 Pro. That makes the most amount of sense to me, and I'd probably recommend just going down that direction rather than going down the direction of buying something like a Pixel 7 or a Pixel 7a. Actually, I would probably even recommend buying a Pixel 7 in the used market more so than the Pixel 7a in the brand new market. And I'm not trying to hate on the Pixel 7a. I think it's a good phone, and I think it has a lot of stuff to bring to the table. I just don't think it would be the phone that I would recommend people to buy because you can get this phone or this phone in the used market for cheaper than what you can buy a brand new Pixel 7a for. And the 7a hasn't been out that long yet for it to even go down in the used market that much. So in terms of that, that is kind of how I see these phones holding up, at least comparing to one another. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.